Disclaimer: this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. To have your product reviewed, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct.
Hello everybody, Chatty from dreadandblutter.com here today to talk about the Zumimall, well, wireless cameras, really what it is, and truly wireless, which we'll get into in 1 second. Let me show you the little box it came in with the whole everything included. It comes with obviously instructions, lifetime warranty. This was cool. It comes with its own little, because you have to set, well, if you need to hit the reset button to make it sync, or like if you have any problems with the camera, it comes with its own, if my camera can do this justice, own little like pin pusher, so you don't use something wrong and hurt the machine when you need to hit the reset button, and this is the first time I think I've ever seen that in a product. So just a side note, we will obviously get to the camera quality and all the things, but I thought that was cool. Obviously screws and mounting, and comes with its own little base. This just unscrews really easily to attach the camera, obviously. And right out of the box, setting it up was super easy. You charge it, which is really nice because it is wireless. The battery can last up to 3 to 6 months, I believe it said, after a full charge, which no complaints here. I obviously haven't had 3 to 6 months to fully test that out and confirm that theory, but so far, so good on the battery. I'll also put in screenshots of what the applet's like when it's synced. I use my phone to film, so I can't do them at the same time, but as you can see, it is really basic setup. The setup was really easy. I've tested a lot of security cameras now, and sometimes they can be a hit or miss on whether they connect to Wi-Fi quickly, whether it can find it. All of these issues for no reason that it shouldn't have. Thankfully, this literally took one hit wonder. It did it right out the gate. I set up my account on my phone. I logged in. I hit, find device, and then they found each other, and it was so nice. And so far, I haven't had any disconnection. So far, I haven't had any issue. It is pretty heavy. It doesn't matter, not really. Not that anybody's holding anything. But just keep that in mind if you are storing it in. You really want to make sure you do it well, because this camera is actually heavy. But I assume that because the battery needs to be recharged, and it lasts so long, that it's probably pretty thick in there. So it comes off the bat. There's the power button, there's the charging port, and then this is for an SD card. One little thing I didn't like that this comes off. I thought the possibility of losing this, and now your camera's out and exposed to the elements if you don't secure it completely. Just a little thing that normally they don't fall off. And kind of putting it back in isn't exactly the easiest, but it is in really secure once you get it in. But just keep that in mind. Don't lose it while you charge your camera, because then you've got parts completely exposed if, you're in a cold climate or whatever it is, or wherever you're putting your camera. But just a little thing, but it goes back in just fine. It's not really the biggest deal. Obviously, the camera turns. It is good quality. I'll put in a screenshot of like what it looks like, and also the night vision, which was actually pretty impressive. It does it automatically. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to set it. You don't have to anything. It took a little bit to acknowledge that there was light again. It stayed in night vision mode for a little bit longer after I turned it back into light, but I assume if you're just going with the natural sun, it's not really that big of a deal, because the sun doesn't just turn on and off automatically. But something to note, the camera quality did not go down by staying in night mode for longer. Just something to keep in mind if you're in like a store or something, or wherever you're setting it up with turning lights on and off. Like, it takes a minute or two to understand that the lights are now back on. But like I said, camera quality stayed sharp. Anyway, so the instructions are really simple. They're not confusing. Common problem I see of a lot of companies is that their instruction manual, you're like tearing your hair out trying to understand it. very user-friendly, very simple, very clear instructions, little infographics the whole way. This matters to me, I think, for a lot of people, because if you're getting a security camera and it is the first time that you're setting one up, some of them are a journey. I think I'm not like a pro at security cameras, but on this channel I've tested at least 5. And if I include baby monitors, maybe 10 now. And cameras are sometimes a journey. But this one, super easy to set up. I always go into every single product a little skeptical because I'm like, okay, what's going to be like the problem here? How long is this going to take me? But not any problems with this one, which is very nice. Very easy to turn on and off. I do wish that the on button, it is in there under all that. There's a little button that you push and hold. I guess that's not a big deal if you're just turning it on and leaving it on. But if you want to like turn it on and off throughout the day, you got to take that off. I wish that there was some way to kind of like a little tiny button somewhere on it just to access, but minor details, honestly. But like I said, the instructions super clear every step of the way, colorful, pretty. They clearly put a lot of thought into all the problems you could have. I got a text message every single second that there was motion detection, which was great. That's what I wanted. I was like, turn it all on. Let me see how it really secures. And every single time, like, I moved even a little bit, text message, like, alert, motion sense detected. It was really quick, very easy. It did not play. So, yep, 1080 full HD, battery powered, Wi-Fi day and night options, IP weatherproof. It almost never rains here in Denver, so I can't fully test the rain because it hasn't in like a month. Motion sensor 2-way talk, which I tested. I can talk out of it. It of course is a little grainy. It's not like a perfect clear cut like it would be on a cell phone. A little bit of like you're talking like a robot. Not really a big deal. Anybody could still understand you, which is nice, back and forth. So, and of course the mobile app. That was pretty much it. I mean, great camera, high quality image. In the grand scheme of like how used I am to cameras and their quality now, the highest possible. If you want like to be able to read the text on someone's shoe, I don't know, but if you need to just make out the basics and see things and be clear and get motion sensor detectors. And also the biggest benefit in my mind of this camera compared to some other ones that I have tried out is simply the no wires. There's been so many times where I just want to plug a camera in and not have it be a big deal. Now, I assume since it is Wi-Fi, as soon as you leave the premise of the Wi-Fi, it no longer connects, so like minor thing. But obviously if you leave it on your property, that's not a big deal. So that's pretty much it. I love that there's no cords. I think that's a huge bonus. I think that's one of the things, I just like to even set one up and just watch my dog during the day, or like make sure my home is secure at random points in my life. Obviously it would do great outside too. I'm just saying, I live in an apartment, so like monitoring my outside is not really as important for me personally, but I do love that there's no cords because I can set it up anywhere and not have to worry about like, oh, is it near a plug, or like worry about navigating the wires through the door frame and not messing them up and like all of that journey, or plugging it in, make sure I have an extension cord, all the things that come with a cord. So very simple, cordless, great. 3 to 6 months of battery life, supposedly. You can see the battery on the app, so you can know when it's like time to charge. Great. Very happy with it. Like I said, I was doing a product reviews, kind of like ready to find what's wrong with it, and I couldn't really find much wrong with it. So that is it. I will put a link to it on Amazon down below. Great little security camera that's wireless, which huge benefit. So that is it. Thank you for watching. As always, please subscribe to the Dragon Blotter YouTube channel. Bye guys.